The men's mobile mile coming up next at the Meadowlands. 11 laps around this 145-meter track here at the Madison Square Garden, I should tell you. Men's mobile mile records. Eamonn Coghlan with 3:49.78, the world record. Steve Scott holding the American record, and Sidney Marie the championship record. Marcus O'Sullivan is the favorite in this event. He likes the even-numbered years. He won in 86 and 88, was upset by Frank O'Mara last year. With a comment on Marcus O'Sullivan, here's Frank Litsky.
2 years ago, Marcus O'Sullivan ran a mile in 3 minutes, 50 seconds and change. Last year, he ran it in 3:51. But everyone said, Marcus, you're an indoor runner. You can't run fast outdoors. So Marcus wanted to prove that he could. He ran a long, arduous season last year, and when he should have been quitting and resting for the indoor season, he was still running. As a result, he has not had a good indoor season. He's been slow, he's been tired. In the last couple of weeks, he's felt better, he's felt more energy, and he's running faster. How fast? We'll see tonight in the mobile mile.
Ready for the men's mobile mile now. The competitors, Maurice Smith, Marcus O'Sullivan, upset by Frank O'Mara last year, James Norris, Eddie Slowikowski, Steve Scott, Eamonn Coghlan, 3:38 next year, Steve Ave, Eric Henry, a rising young star, and speaking of stars, Michael Stahr out in front, Mike Stahr.
Mike Stahr was a high school phenom, actually won the Milrose High School mile several years ago. He's back, he's a good sub-4-minute miler, but this race is going to be very competitive, Craig. Everyone's running about the same.
It's interesting to see Stahr take the lead, and maybe he feels that's what he needs to do. He hasn't been running that well this season from behind. Maybe he feels by taking charge of the race, he can improve his chances and test the mettle of Marcus O'Sullivan, who I think is just a little bit bored with the boards. He said he needed an easy year off after that long, long season of a year ago. Finished his MBA this fall, and I was talking with Marcus and his wife, Mary, and Mary said, yeah, Marcus says he wants to get a job, but the only thing he's looking at are jobs where he has the whole summer off, and there aren't all that many of those.
Marcus O'Sullivan now in 4th place. It is Mike Stahr, Eric Henry, Steve Ave, Marcus O'Sullivan. Eamonn Coghlan is running at this point dead last in this mile field.
But he's not running that slowly because they went through the quarter mile in 57 seconds, so that's world record pace. It's a question of whether they keep it up. Eric Henry in 2nd place, Maurice Smith in 3rd, and Marcus O'Sullivan right where he wants to be in 4th place.
I'll tell you, if you're Marcus O'Sullivan or Steve Scott, you know, the great veterans, Eamonn Coghlan who's now left, you went into this race and said, boy, I'm hoping it's going to be a nice tactical race so I can use my experience and my sprinting speed. It's a real shock to the body and to the mind to have a guy like Mike Stahr go out at such a fast pace. They're settling down now, but this race is going to be determined in large measure by what happened in that first quarter mile.
6 laps to go. Let's set them. It is Mike Stahr, Eric Henry, Steve Ave, he wears 183, Marcus O'Sullivan, Steve Scott, number 21, and Jim Norris, number 182. Norris and Ave are former teammates at St. Joseph's University.
158.6 at the half mile, so they've slowed down considerably. They're on about 3:57 mile pace right now.
And now they're going to start to jockey for position as where is Eamonn Coghlan? He's dropped out of the race. He said it would be his last championship race, and I think that fast early pace is just too much for him. He really wasn't training for the mile this year. He's training for more, as we see Eamonn there, more for the 3,000. A great run for him to run this indoor season. But now it's down to who are the guys of the moment, and it looks like O'Sullivan in 2nd and Scott, who's moving up, who are ready to run.
Scott is 21, making his move up on the outside. He's in 4th place right now, but Mike Stahr continues in the lead. And coming up now, in taking the lead, is Eric Henry. You notice his size, 6'4", 180 from the University of Arkansas. What about the size on a track like this?
It's a bit of a disadvantage, but he runs very smoothly. It's more your cadence. He looks fine. Marcus O'Sullivan is going to go by.
3 minutes at the 3/4 mile. Marcus knows he wants to be out ahead and out of trouble as they come to this last quarter mile. This is the way he won the World Indoor Championships in 1987 and 1989. He's the most experienced guy in this field, along with Steve Scott, who's moving up right now.
It's Marcus O'Sullivan and Steve Scott, excuse me, and also number 238, Eddie Slowikowski making a move. Steve Scott making a move.
And there are the indoor tactics. Don't let him go by going into the turn. 1 lap to go. Marcus O'Sullivan and Steve Scott.
And Eddie Slowikowski is in 3rd place out of Loyola University in Chicago. O'Sullivan, Scott and Slowikowski, a senior at Loyola. He broke 4 minutes last week in Boston. Marcus O'Sullivan. Steve Scott! Oh, my, what a finish!
That is going to be a photo. There is no way that you can tell who won that.
Unofficially under 4, 357.5.
Steve Scott won this race in 1979 and 1984. If he won it in this close finish, he would have won it in 3 different decades. And it's tough to tell. He may have left it just a little bit too late.
Just a thought on that. Usually when someone comes from behind, visually, you always want to give it to them because of their momentum coming by. So it may look like he won, but you really have to look at the photo.
We'll be back to settle that issue, O'Sullivan or Scott, in just a moment from Madison Square Garden.
Welcome back to the USA Mobile Indoor Championships, and this is the finish of the men's mile. And ladies and gentlemen, you aren't going to believe this. It was a dead heat. I know, Steve Scott, you don't believe in dead heats, but what I want to know about is the move that you made with a lap and a half to go that Marcus repelled right at the turn.
Yeah, I wasn't real confident while I was running the race, you know, because my indoor season's been kind of up and down, so I should have kept going at him, but I just left it to the last straightaway and ended up it wasn't quite enough.
Explain to me how a guy who should be running the 5,000 puts on a sprint like that over the last 40 meters.
Well, it means that I shouldn't be running the 5,000 now. I should, but does it?
You held him off, Marcus. This has not been one of your great indoor seasons as far as time, but you won the Millrose game. A dead heat in the men's mile here, you've got to be satisfied with that.
What looked obvious at the beginning was that Steve won because he reached the tape in front of me, but what they pointed out later was that the tape is actually 6 inches in front of the finish line, not to make any interference. So therefore, having been told that, I could see why it was actually a dead heat. I think I'm happy. We both come out winning, and it's interesting to see what the Grand Prix points were because we were very close.
Exactly. Co-winners in the men's mile, Marcus O'Sullivan and Steve Scott. Let's go back up to Bob Neal.
The photo finish showing virtually one body in the mobile men's mile, and that's why we had a dead heat. The official time, 3:57.35 for Steve Scott and Marcus O'Sullivan. Ed Slowikowski finished third at 3:58.62.